Hello, my friends, my little chickadees, my Rocky kids. It's so good to see everybody today. Today we have a lesson. I wouldn't actually call it so much fun, but it's a lesson that we need to hear about and we need to practice. So today's lesson is going to be about how God wants to make sure that we control what comes out of our mouth. And I'm talking about words because words can sometimes be used in just the most pleasant of ways, and sometimes words can be very, very hurtful. I'm sure at some time or another somebody has said something to you or about you that you later heard about, and it just hurt your feelings so badly. So in today's lesson, we're going to talk about something. This is called the Adventure Bible, and we're going to use just a couple of verses from James. Now, James is way in the back of the Bible, way back here. So there's only a couple of chapters left. And so this is found in James chapter 3, and it's verses 8 and 9. And it says, "No man can tame" what? The tongue. It is a restless evil full of deadly poison. With the tongue, we can praise our God and Father, and with it, we curse men who have been made in God's likeness. So that comes from James chapter 3, verses 8 and 9. Now, you would not think that out of all the things in our body that the tongue can be probably the most powerful. Can you stick out your tongue? If we didn't have a tongue, we couldn't talk. Now that would be pretty bad, wouldn't it? Because when we talk, we tell others what our feelings are. And our tongue can be used, just like I said earlier, to teach others about Jesus. Not only by just telling other people about Jesus and what Jesus has done in your life, but it can be used to build people up, to tell people things that make them feel good, like you're doing a really good job. You look really nice today. I didn't know you were so talented. Wow, I just love having you as a friend. Things like that can really make people feel special and build them up. But when we use our words in the wrong way, they can really, really hurt us. And sometimes as children, we do this a lot. We don't even think about what we're saying. Sometimes we do it with our own family members when they make us mad, don't we? My mom used to say something, and I've heard a lot of people say this. I think their moms and grandmas taught them the same thing. If you don't have anything nice to say, zip it. Don't say anything at all. So unless the words that are going to come out of your mouth are pleasant and pleasing to God and to those around you, don't say it. And sometimes before we talk, and I know I'm guilty of this, we should really, especially if it's something that could be hurtful, we really, really need to stop and think about it and think if there's not a better way to say it. Now, I saw this lesson a long time ago, and I want to show it to you. So we're going to pretend that this toothpaste is like our tongue. And when we say things, we can't bring them back. We can come back and say, gee, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but it's already been said. So I want you to watch this video, or watch me. So I've got toothpaste, and just like I'm spreading the toothpaste out here, that's like what words are. They've come out of our mouth just like the toothpaste came out of the toothpaste tube. But can we get this toothpaste back in the tube? Let me see. I'll grab a knife, and I'm going to put my plate right there. And I'm going to try to scoop it up on my knife. And I'm going to try to put it back in there. It's just not going back all the way, is it? Oh man, nope, It's not, and it's messy, and there's still some on my plate. Get a little more. So after we've said something bad or hurtful, something that God would not be pleased about, we can't take it back. Just like we can't get the toothpaste back in the tube, those words have already come out of our mouth, and we can't put them back in to where they were never heard again. So the best thing to do is to really, really work on thinking before we speak. And this is true for everybody. It's not just when you're a little kid, it's when you're an adult too. It's really hard to sometimes think before we say something. Now, when that does happen, what's the thing we need to do? We need to go back to that person and say, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said that. And, or maybe, I'm really sorry that came out wrong. I know it was hurtful. Would you please forgive me? We always need to say, I'm sorry, and would you please forgive me? And that's just like with God. When we sin and do things that are hurtful to God, we need to always confess that and say, I'm sorry, God. Would you please forgive me? Now, God always loves us. Sometimes we might lose a friend if we've said something bad or hurtful, but God will never leave us or forsake us, and He's always there to forgive us when we do something wrong. So this week, I just want you to remember, and we'll talk about it more in Sunday school when we meet at 10:30. But we need to be so careful with our tongue. We might even review a song about "Be careful, little tongue, what you say." Oh, be careful, little tongue, what you say, because the Father up above is looking down with love. Be careful, little tongue, what you say. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I hope more that I'll see you live in Sunday school at 10:30. But until then, bye-bye. I love you.